If you're over 55 and you've noticed reading takes a little longer, night driving feels more stressful, or colors just don't pop like they used to, you're not alone, and you're not powerless. Today, I want to walk you through 3 small foods, flax, chia, and pumpkin seeds, that can help support your eyes, especially the retina, without expensive supplements or complicated routines. These are simple, affordable habits you can start today. Stick with me through the end because I'll also explain 2 common mistakes that cancel out much of the benefit and exactly how to avoid them so you actually feel a difference. Your retina is a paper-thin layer at the back of your eye that captures light and turns it into the images your brain recognizes. When the retina is humming along, vision feels sharp, colors look lively, and low light isn't intimidating. The tricky part is that retinal decline tends to be quiet. You won't feel pain. For many people, it starts as subtle hints, slightly blurrier fine print, more glare at night, or less contrast when reading. Over years, day-to-day oxidative stress, low-grade inflammation, and stiffening of the tiniest blood vessels can chip away at resilience. Glasses can help focus what hits your eye, but they don't nourish the tissue that actually turns light into sight. Here's the empowering piece. While aging is real, many risk factors for retinal decline are influenced by everyday choices. What's on your plate? How steady your blood sugar is? Whether your blood pressure is in range? How well you sleep? Whether you move regularly? And even how you protect your eyes from light. Food is one of the most accessible levers, and certain seeds happen to be especially helpful because they carry a natural bundle of the very nutrients your retina uses to protect and repair itself. Seeds are tiny but mighty. Each one is designed to fuel a whole plant's life, which means they're dense sources of healthy fats that keep cell membranes flexible, antioxidants that neutralize damaging free radicals, minerals that support blood flow and visual pigment function, and fiber that helps steady your blood sugar. Let's start with flax. Flax seeds are among the richest plant sources of ALA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid. Your retina is full of fat-rich cells that need flexible, healthy membranes to transmit signals efficiently. Think of omega-3s like oil for hinges. They help everything move smoothly at the cellular level. Many people also notice that bringing in more omega-3s supports tear quality and eye comfort if dry, irritated eyes are an issue. Population research has linked higher omega-3 intake with lower risk of age-related macular issues. And while whole diets matter more than any single food, flax is a simple way to nudge your intake upward using everyday ingredients. There's one crucial step with flax. It has to be ground. Whole flax seeds often pass through your digestive system intact, which means you miss the very omega-3s and lignans you're trying to get. Aim for 1 to 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax a day. Stir it into oatmeal or yogurt, blend it into smoothies, whisk it into salad dressings, or fold it into pancake batter, soups, and stews. If taste is a concern, golden flax is milder than brown. Because the oils in ground flax are delicate, keep it in a sealed container in the fridge and use it within a few weeks for best freshness. And if you take blood thinners or have a bleeding disorder, play it safe and check with your clinician before making flax a daily habit. Next up is chia. Chia seeds bring a mix of antioxidants, plant polyphenols, and fiber. They also contain ALA omega-3s, and their high fiber content helps slow the absorption of carbohydrates, which can lead to steadier blood sugar, a big deal for the tiny retinal vessels that dislike spikes. Some of chia's antioxidant compounds support the body's defenses against oxidative stress, which is like rust on our tissues over time. Macular health also depends on pigments like lutein and zeaxanthin. You'll get those primarily from leafy greens and egg yolks, and chia's antioxidant mix complements that pattern by helping quench free radicals alongside a colorful plant-forward diet.
Chia is incredibly versatile, but it likes water. The seeds absorb many times their weight in liquid and gel up, which can be great for digestion if you hydrate well, and uncomfortable if you don't. Start with 1 to 2 teaspoons if you're new to fiber, and build to 1 to 2 tablespoons daily as your system adjusts. Stir chia into oatmeal or yogurt, add it to soups or smoothies, or make a simple chia pudding by soaking 2 tablespoons in half a cup of milk, dairy or plant-based, overnight. Add cinnamon and berries for flavor. Whenever you eat chia, drink an extra glass of water to keep things moving comfortably. If you have swallowing difficulties, avoid taking dried chia by the spoon. Pre-soak it so it's safe and easy. Our third seed is the humble pumpkin seed, also known as pepita. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best whole food sources of zinc, a mineral that helps shuttle vitamin A to the retina so your eyes can form visual pigments needed for seeing in dim light. Low zinc status is associated with poor night vision. Pumpkin seeds also supply magnesium, which supports vascular tone and smooth blood flow. And they contain vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that helps guard delicate tissues against oxidative stress. Since the retina is an energy-hungry tissue fed by a web of tiny vessels, supporting circulation and antioxidant defenses matters.
Pumpkin seeds are easy to love. A small handful, about a quarter cup, makes a satisfying snack, or you can sprinkle them over salads, roasted vegetables, or soups for crunch. Lightly toasting them in a dry pan brings out a nutty flavor without wrecking their nutrients. Just keep the heat moderate. Choose unsalted or lightly salted versions if you're watching blood pressure. If you want variety, look for raw, sprouted, or lightly roasted pepitas. As with any calorie-dense food, consistency beats quantity. A modest daily handful is better than a giant bowl once a week. Now, how do you put these 3 seeds to work without feeling like you've added a second job to your life? Keep it simple and repeatable. You might start your morning with oatmeal or yogurt, then add a tablespoon of ground flax and a teaspoon to a tablespoon of chia. At lunch or dinner, toss a small handful of pumpkin seeds onto a salad, a grain bowl, a soup, or even tacos. If you like smoothies, blend in ground flax with spinach, a half banana, and your favorite milk. Prefer savory? Stir ground flax into chili or tomato soup, then finish with a sprinkle of pepitas for crunch. If that still sounds like too much, begin with 1 seed for a week, then add the next. Slow and steady habits beat all in, then burned out. A quick tour of the science, minus the jargon, will help you see why this works. The retina uses a lot of oxygen and energy. Its cells are constantly converting light into signals. Healthy fats keep those cell membranes flexible, which supports signal transmission. Antioxidants neutralize the daily wear and tear caused by light and metabolism. Tiny capillaries deliver nutrients and haul away waste. Keeping those vessels flexible and open supports consistent nourishment. Macular pigments, lutein and zeaxanthin, act like internal sunglasses. You'll get them mainly from leafy greens, eggs, and colorful produce. Seeds complement that by fortifying membranes, smoothing blood sugar peaks with fiber, and offering protective plant compounds that help tamp down oxidative stress. Of course, real life brings obstacles. Maybe you forget to use the seeds, you don't love the texture, or you're trying to keep your grocery budget in check. Solve forgetting by putting the seeds where you'll see them. Ground flax beside the coffee maker, chia next to the oats, pumpkin seeds near your salad dressing or soup bowls. Texture-wise, blend ground flax into smoothies or soups where it disappears. Let chia soften into a pudding, and toast pumpkin seeds lightly for peak crunch. For budget, buy in bulk when it's practical. Seeds are typically far cheaper than supplements and last a long time when stored well. If you're taking blood thinners or diabetes medications or you have allergies to seeds, get your clinician's green light before locking in a daily habit and start small while you observe how you feel. I promise to cover 2 big mistakes that cancel out much of the benefit, so let's address them. Mistake number 1 is eating whole flax and assuming you're getting omega-3s. Whole flax often passes through undigested, which means those valuable fats never make it into your bloodstream. The fix is simple. Grind flax right before using it or buy it pre-ground from a brand with good turnover and refrigerate it once opened. Mistake number 2 is skimping on water when you eat chia. Because chia pulls water into the gut, eating it without enough fluids can cause bloating or constipation. The fix is equally simple. Add a full glass of water when you have chia or soak it first so it's already hydrated. How much do you actually need? Think small but steady. For most adults, 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flax per day, 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia per day, and a small handful of pumpkin seeds, about a quarter cup, is a sensible target. If you're new to fiber, don't jump straight to the full amount. Start with a teaspoon or 2 and build up over a week or 2 so your digestive system can adapt comfortably. Pay attention to how you feel. If you're tracking blood sugar, you may notice smoother curves with more fiber on board. If you're working with a clinician on medications, just keep them in the loop as you adjust your diet. Storage is one of the easiest ways to protect the quality of these seeds and, by extension, your results. The oils in ground flax are delicate. Exposure to heat, light, and air speeds up oxidation. Keep ground flax in an airtight container in the refrigerator and buy smaller quantities so you finish them within a few weeks. Whole flax, chia, and pumpkin seeds keep well in a cool, dark cupboard, but if you live in a warm climate or plan to store them for months, refrigerating or freezing them extends freshness. If seeds smell paint-like or bitter, they may be rancid. Time to replace them. Fresh seeds taste mild and pleasant, and fresh means you're getting the nutrients you came for.
What changes might you notice when you make this a habit? Seeds are not drugs. They support systems quietly in the background. Over several weeks of consistent use, many people report less dryness or irritation, more comfortable reading sessions, steadier energy after meals, and sometimes more confidence with night driving, especially when pumpkin seed zinc helps fill a dietary gap. Keep expectations realistic. These foods are part of prevention and maintenance, not a cure for specific eye diseases. If you notice sudden changes, flashes of light, a burst of new floaters, a dark curtain over your vision, or lines that look wavy, seek prompt care from an eye professional. Regular dilated eye exams are one of the best investments you can make in your sight. You can amplify the benefits of seeds by pairing them with a few simple habits that also protect your eyes. Wear quality sunglasses outside to reduce UV exposure. Use the 20-20-20 rule at screens. Every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds to relax your focusing muscles. Keep your blood pressure and blood sugar in range. The retina's tiny vessels love a steady environment. Don't smoke. Smoking accelerates oxidative stress in the eyes. And fill your plate with color. Leafy greens for lutein and zeaxanthin. Orange and yellow vegetables for additional carotenoids. Berries for polyphenols. And fish or algae-based omega-3 sources if they fit your diet. These habits work together with seeds like a well-coordinated team. If you want a gentle on-ramp, try a 7-day seed starter. For the first 2 days, add a teaspoon of ground flax to breakfast and a teaspoon of chia to yogurt or water, and drink an extra glass of water. Over days 3 and 4, increase the flax to a full tablespoon and keep the chia at a teaspoon while you add a small sprinkle of pumpkin seeds to lunch. During days 5 through 7, hold steady at a tablespoon of ground flax, raise chia to a tablespoon if you feel good, and enjoy a small handful of pumpkin seeds with a meal or as a snack. From there, you can maintain those amounts or work up to the full ranges comfortably. The right dose is the one you'll actually do every day.
What if you just don't like seeds? You can still sneak them into foods you enjoy so you barely notice them. Blend ground flax into smoothies, soups, or sauces where it disappears. Stir chia into soups and let it hydrate right in the bowl. Once it softens, the texture fades into the background. Grind pumpkin seeds into a pepita pesto with herbs, olive oil, lemon, and garlic. Spread it on toast, swirl it through soup, or spoon it over roasted vegetables or fish. The easier you make this for your taste buds, the more likely you are to be consistent. It's also worth mentioning that your overall pattern matters more than a single ingredient. Seeds help because they add missing pieces, healthy fats, antioxidants, minerals, and fiber, to a typical modern diet. They're not a free pass to ignore the rest. If most of your meals are built from whole foods, with plenty of vegetables and fruits, lean proteins, whole grains, and quality fats, seeds fit in beautifully and multiply the benefits. If your diet is heavily processed, seeds still help, but they'll work better as part of a gradual shift toward fresher, simpler foods you enjoy and can stick with. A quick word about supplements. There are clinically studied eye formulas containing specific amounts of antioxidants and zinc that are used for certain stages of macular degeneration under a clinician's guidance. That's different from the everyday support we're talking about here. Seeds are foods, not prescriptions. If you've been told to take a specific eye supplement, follow your clinician's plan. Seeds can be a complementary food-first addition to your daily routine, even if you're also using targeted supplements as advised. Let's recap what you're aiming for in practical terms. Flax supports healthy fats for retinal cell membranes and can help with overall eye comfort. Chia layers in antioxidants and fiber that smooth out blood sugar swings, kinder to the tiny capillaries feeding your retina, and adds ALA omega-3s. Pumpkin seeds deliver zinc for low-light vision, along with magnesium for blood flow and vitamin E for antioxidant protection. Together, those three reinforce your retina's defenses: strong membranes, fewer oxidative hits, and dependable nutrient delivery. That's prevention at its best: quiet, steady, and built one spoonful at a time.
As you put this into practice, treat it like a friendly ritual rather than a chore. Put ground flax next to your coffee maker so you'll see it every morning. Prep a small jar of chia pudding at night so it's ready when you wake up. Keep a container of pumpkin seeds near the bowls you use for salad or soup. Consider setting a simple reminder on your phone for the first week to build the habit. And celebrate the small win every time you sprinkle. Those tiny moments add up to meaningful protection over months and years. Finally, a brief disclaimer to keep everything clear and safe. This content is educational and not a substitute for medical advice. If you're managing a health condition, have allergies, take blood thinners or diabetes medications, or have swallowing difficulties, talk with your clinician before making these seeds a daily staple and start low while you observe your body's response. Pair these foods with regular eye exams and the common sense habits we covered, and you'll be giving your vision thoughtful support from the inside out. Your eyesight is how you connect with the people and moments that matter most. With 3 tiny seeds, a glass of water, and a little consistency, you can invest in that connection every single day, naturally, affordably, and in a way that fits the life you already live. If this resonates, share it with someone you care about, and start by adding 1 seed to your next meal. Your future self will thank you.